Hi, my name is Sadie Maxham. We're in Albany, New York, and I started working with at-risk troubled youth a few years ago after moving to Albany, and really kind of just wondering what kind of work I want to do with my social work degree. And I started as a preschool teacher, so I've always kind of loved this taking care of people, helping people. And I think as I got older and went toward the social work path, which I did my bachelor's in, I somehow got involved with working with these very mentally ill kids. During my preschool teaching years, I lifeguarded for the summer, and these kids would come down to the pool who lived in the residences, and tons of crazy behaviors that I've never really seen before seen personally. And actually that is how I started, and I started working in the residences a little bit, and from there is when I learned about their other programs, their outreach programs in the community. Parsons. It is a huge nonprofit agency helping kids and families, and so the organization itself does tons of different things, but my program is specific to kids that are at risk for being placed into a residential facility or coming out of a residential facility and are transitioning back home. These are kids that basically are at risk of residential placement or maybe foster care. These are adolescents, generally older kids, some young kids as young as 6 years old, but who have significant mental health issues and are really struggling in the community, keeping themselves safe, struggling with their family. Really, that kind of starts with them calling us first, because we're really the first line of support to them as they know, and then our role is to branch out to natural resources and try to figure out who in their community, in their neighborhood, and in their family they can seek this help from. I worked with a 13-year-old transgender boy. She was born in a boy's body. For me, working with this girl for over a year really gave me some kind of insight, some understanding, some tolerance, and some, just taking somebody's story and trying to understand it without judging, I think is huge. I think that my just kind of genuine caring and compassion and just trying to help her in any way and just listen to her was all that she really needed to know that, a stranger can come into my life, and maybe this person's only in my life for a year, but that people aren't really not everybody's gonna judge you, and not everybody's gonna think negatively based on your prior experience of most of the kids making fun of her, and even teachers not understanding how to react to that. I mean, the reality is she was a boy one year in school, and the next year she came as a girl, and so obviously she continues to have some really tough days, and me being able to take her for a car ride, go get some art supplies with her, and just talk to her like a normal person was huge for her, I think. I think that there are so many kids right now that do struggle in their families and in their school settings, and they don't really have the skills or the experience of just being calm and confident and happy and content. I think that there's just so much anxiety and so much uncertainty with kids that if kids were to start feeling like more successful and secure, higher self-esteem, that in general can change a community. I work with a 15-year-old girl who has a lot of mood swings and aggression, and she actually keyed my car one day that I didn't want to take her to go get a hot chocolate. I couldn't take her to get hot chocolate. So she keyed my car. She wrote FU in it, actually 3 times. And the anger that day was pretty significant for me. But, you know, at the end of the day, this girl really, really has learned from me and has respected me and really cares about me. And you might not really get that from the fact of what's still in my car. But I don't know, you just kind of feel a sense of some obligation to some of these kids, but also just that connection. You know, they for some reason reach out to you. I've seen a ton of progress in some kids, absolutely. But throughout the years, as they step down throughout the programs, and then they're kind of just with their family on their own, and their family's helping them through it, that's what I would consider the full circle. It's full circle. You know, it's hard with the mental health issues. They seem to take a lot of work to really kind of to get that full circle. But you do, and when you do see that, it is awesome. Some days you made progress and you've made some leeway and you've actually really helped out some kids that don't have a mom or a dad to tuck them in, and that you tucking them in at night is like the biggest thing in the world to them. If somebody were looking to do some work in the community, if you could be like a big brother, big sister, that's awesome for kids. And we don't have a lot of those resources. And kids don't have a lot of those resources unless they're in these programs, which not all kids are. So that would be awesome if there was more of that. I guess it goes back to the it takes a village to raise a child, and you know, we need as many community members as possible working toward the same goal. It can't just be me and another social worker that I might see in the neighborhood once or twice a week. It needs to be the whole community. It needs to be the whole family. It needs to be the whole school team. It needs to be everybody working toward the same goal of letting kids be helping kids to be successful and to be confident and to be happy.